Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard, and this is my heavy bowgun tutorial for Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. Similar to the light bowgun, the heavy bowgun works on an ammo system. So you can see here I have all sorts of ammo. And something I want to mention for the heavy bowgun, and similar to the light bowgun, is there's an attack that I didn't mention. If you press select, you'll do like a little swinging attack with the bowgun. And while it isn't all that great in terms of actual damage, it is worth using if you need to knock out a Kelby or some other creature like that in the field. Otherwise, it works pretty much exactly the same. After a shot, let me actually load up. Press triangle to load. After a shot, you just do normal rolls. You can't do the hops at all. That's unique only to the light bowgun. And you can see here you move a lot slower with it. However, the biggest difference with it is if you press triangle and circle with a weapon already drawn, is you'll enter siege mode. So you'll be given a list of ammo here. The siege mode weapons, or Shepard mode ammo types available are poison and fire. So you can see here, it's kind of like a green shot up at the top, followed by a number. That's the number of shots that I have loaded right now in this mode. So I'm not actually going to shoot them. I definitely want to use these shots during the mission. However, otherwise you can see here, flipping through the list, there are the different ammo types, and going to page 8 will show the 2 shots you can use. So that is fire elemental shot and poison shot level 1. Otherwise, it's the same type of armor I had before. It's a Dobo armor. Oh, did I not bring any bombs? Well, that's okay. Well, if I ended up getting beaten up, we'll just stay that way. Otherwise, you get 2 choices for your barrel type. I chose to have a shield only because, I mean, if you're not going to use a shield with a heavy bowgun, then pretty much in every other respect you're better off using a light bowgun. I guess you can get some slightly higher levels of raw power with a heavy bowgun. And certainly you can get out a lot more shots with a rapid fire. Not rapid fire, with siege mode, but sometimes it's really difficult to get that off. So I'm going to go ahead and start off some poison shots. We hit him with some paint. And this guy's name is Dobo something or other. Doboruberuku. Sounds something like that. And I know he's going to take six shots to get poisoned. So we're just going to enter siege mode here. Load up. And just fire away. And the best part is even if you get stunned midway through an attack, whatever ammo you had loaded before will at least fill up your clip. So, alright, he's already poisoned with 5 shots. That's fairly decent. So I'm going to switch over to normal shot level 2. I can load up a lot of shots like that. And I'm just going to wait for a good opportunity to switch over to siege mode and use my fire shots. And I'm missing really bad. I'm not going to aim for the tail at this distance. Well, this is a good distance. It's like right there. You have to be careful. He attacks pretty much almost exclusively with that tail of his. And he'll actually start taking flight at some point. He'll actually slowly move towards you like this. Kind of scary. And this is actually an excellent opportunity to go into siege mode. Oops. And the shots not only do you have a ton of them loaded up, but they come out much faster than they normally would in any other way. So we definitely want to break these horns of his, so we're going to go ahead and use that. And the only thing is you got to go, I think you have to go back in siege mode every time you want to load your siege clip back up again. At least that seems to have been the case every time I've used it. There might be a reload in there that I just didn't notice. You see, with the shield, it's fairly effective, even though I took that, head on. It did not do too much damage to me. Let's see, where's Pierce? Pierce shots are fairly effective against this guy because you can see he's, absolutely enormous. However, I can only load 3 in a clip at a time. However, if he's in rage mode, it's a pretty good choice. It lets you keep your range while still doing fairly optimal damage. Sometimes they'll do like a quick lift-off attack, and that's always like really scary. It looks like he's not doing it now. And my times for him are pretty consistent, around about 15 minutes or so. Okay, there goes his horns. So he's really weak to fire damage, so that fire attack I did to him earlier was a good choice. Okay, so we're really close. We're going to go ahead and just unload on him. The other breaks on him are his back and his tail, actually. You can break the end of his tail fairly well. Just a quick note, you can block while in siege mode, however it knocks you out of siege mode. Just something to keep in mind. I don't really know what happened there. I think he got a little confused. He couldn't really attack me because I was right next to him. I want to get a good shot at that tail. Okay, I'm just going to point out here that he is no longer poisoned. So I'm going to go ahead and load up some level 2 poison shots. Because of the level of recoil on this gun, it should be pretty easy to get them out. Now, just because I'm using poison shots doesn't necessarily mean that I think he's weak to poison. It's just a good shot to use on this gun. It doesn't have paralysis or sleep, so I figured I might as well use something. Plus, it's kind of fun to see like the little purple bubbles coming out of his head. You can see here it does pretty significant damage anyways. It's one of the most damaging direct damage shots in the game. It does 15 damage, I believe. Or at least it has in the past. You can see he's already poisoned again. Is he exhausted? I can't really tell. Looks like he might be. And this really isn't the ideal range to be shooting normal 2 shots at him from. Just a quick note, you want to go from the last page forward when you're combining shots, because they're like at the end of the pages. Okay, we want to put our gun away because there's like a little trick you can do once he flies up in the air and lands. If he's gonna land. Good, he did. You can actually mine his tail. Ooh. And then if we keep attacking the tail, something else happens. Aside from getting attacked. Okay, there goes his bat. Oh wow, okay. Well, we're going to take this chance when we get it. I'm not sure what sort of damage his face takes. I imagine after you break his horns, he probably takes more damage in the face. Like more raw damage. But I could be wrong. I think I flinched him just in time. Alright, this is probably a risky time to go into siege mode. Looks like it paid off anyways. And there we go. These are all the carves you can get off of him, or all the breaks you can get on him at least. He just landed right on him. I don't know if that was enough to get Adrenaline +2 active. It's probably pretty close if it isn't already. Whoa! I got kind of scared. I didn't want him to land on me. We're going to go for our 3rd poisoning. You can see there, he just takes like a ton of damage from these shots. Of course, even with all this recoil on there, it takes a pretty hefty recoil. Now, one thing I've almost always been unsuccessful with is getting him in a trap when I want him to get in a trap. Because he almost always does like this weird thing where like he sees a trap and he just like runs away. Especially when he's exhausted. So we might wait for him to go to another area or something, or just take advantage of the fact that he's going to stand around growling at us anyways. We get one carve there. Let's see what the items were. I think those are tails? Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, and another note is this can shoot normal shot level 3 as well, which is actually probably pretty decent against him. I should probably be using that. Because if it's going to ricochet, it's going to ricochet into his body. Okay, we are going to lay... They give us a free trap to use. We're going to go ahead and just lay that down here. You might run into it. Thank you. And then again, it's tough to say what his weak spot is. Face usually is not a bad target. And the funny thing about him is like, it's whenever you think you're safe from him is actually when you're at your least safe. Because all of his attacks are from his tail, like so. Okay, yeah, see now we're up to 253 attack. That's pretty decent. And we'll go ahead and we'll lay down this other trap just for the fun of it. He does give 4 carves though, so in general it's... Oh! Good job, cats! In general it's worth killing. Because we want the carves, because he gives 4 carves. Okay, so that didn't take as long as I thought it would take. It usually takes me at least 15 minutes, but this time it looks like it took just about 12, and that was with the explanation of the gun, so it's pretty good. And I wasn't even adrenaline gunning for most of the time. And these cats aren't even all as powerful as they could be. They've only been upgraded a little bit, because I found out almost towards the very end of the game the personality attributes for cats that I wanted, so I got a little reworked. Doesn't mean the other cats aren't any good though, they're good for other things. The old Shot-Shaw and the other cats I had are good for various status buffs and things like that. Okay, there are 2 tutorials left. I forgot to mention that I need to do a switch axe tutorial as well. Otherwise, there will be a bow and arrow tutorial. I'm not sure which one I'll do next. I guess I'll just surprise you. But yeah, stay tuned.